it hit hard enough that it activated the live button. So here I am. And here is a lovely thing. We are the kitty. What are you doing? Come. This is not a very good way to start this live. Normally, Verily Veronica does not do live streams with animals. But somehow, this thing ended in my lap. I have news for you, little thing. I'm the only kitty that needs to be around here. Well, it is kind of cold. Get off of me, you thing. I am not the cat lover of the family. So it's looking at me. Sideways. Ew. But let me get chat up and we'll let people get in. Well, it looks like we have a whole one person in chat yet. Well, well, well. Now maybe I should have did this on the main channel first. Now, normally that's what I used to do, but it began to cause confusion. But since I can go live here now, I thought, well, why not go live here? Now, once again, I thought about going live on the other channel, but it is what it is. So we'll just sit here and see who shows up, and I'll talk about what content we're going to do in the future very soon. And we'll also play some stupid people tonight. And I just wonder when this cat's going to get off of me. So feel free to chat. Hello, Katie. How are you? And Katie, you now have a wrench. So once again, there will be troublemakers, and you know where the door is. So, what do you think? Now, I wanted to model this better, but this thing is in my lap. This thing. This thing is in my lap. Thing. Ooh, thing. Thing. Let go, thing. Now, the polish was so old I had to strip it off. So instead we went with a metallic purple because it matches this. Lips and nails are supposed to match, but apparently my red is dead. So like I say, I stripped it off and I went with a nice purple. Hello, Ash. Hello, Scotty. Hello, Tress. Hello, Rap. Rap, Benny Keys was crying to Shannon 681 about you. So that's what I want to wonder about. Why? Because we're going to talk about catty people. Now, I am going to cover Benny Keys because as we start to go into our presentation, I'm going to talk about some of the different people I'm going to cover. Now, Roger and I are both going to cover Benny Keys, but he will worry about wrongdoings, and I'm just going to talk catty words at Benny Keys. But he's crying to Shannon 681. She is a 54-year-old bipolar loudmouth from Virginia. What is that supposed to get him? Oh, yeah. She is up Savage's ass. Yes, I have to admit, how much room is in Savage's ass? Because I know of like 4 females that fit up Savage's ass, and now Benny Keys. I mean, it's got more room in her ass than a Tahoe. Hello, Twink. Well, tell her I said hello. Now, I do have to work a little more on my Veronica voice because I've only done the character Well, I've not done the character in over a year. And then I only did her once last year because, as we know, COVID ruins everything. And it ruined my red nail polish, so we had to strip it off and put on some nice purple. Like I say, my lips and nails do not match, and it is a fashion faux pas. But unfortunately, it was a necessary faux pas. Now, as you can see, with a little alteration, I could knock off Nicolina pretty well. And I didn't want to do it tonight, but some night just for fun, I might get a pair of glasses and do. I actually probably look like I'm Nicolina's strung out older sister from Kentucky. But it's just it is what it is. Elvis Travels wanted me, and he's live right now, and there's a few other locales that are going live, and Breland's ex-husband's going to go live here, and we might make him suffer. Just saying. Hello, Half Pint. But we're not going to be. Well, actually, Rap, this is why Shim hates me. Yes, this is the real reason why that Shim hates me. Because I can put on a costume real quickly and become Verily Veronica, and I can be absolutely fabulous. I can still like girls. And once again, I normally just leave everything up to the mystery, but Verily Veronica is a character, just like Grimgoth is a character, or Alfarius is a character, or one of a few others that I have created that you've not seen yet. But Verily Veronica does not like cats. And this thing just keeps being on me. It's furry and creepy. Well, thank you very much. Like I say, I've not been working on my Veronica voice. See, now what I usually do for like 2 weeks, I will sing outside of my range. And it will change my voice enough to where it's easier to keep a non-belly voice. So yes, as you can see, I am going to dress fabulous, and Lori and Bob are going to be two of my victims. I mean subjects that I'm going to cover. Yes, Lori and Bob. Now, I'm also going to cover the downfall of Amberlyn Reed as her channel goes down, because there's going to be many people that are going to know me from that community that are going to need a place to come to as her channel tanks. So that's why on this channel, I decided to basically cover her demise, because I'm basically giving a gateway for different people to come into our community. Because Amber is insufferable to watch at this point, totally. So that's why I decided that despite I have no interest in the monster, I'm going to cover her some, because we're going to bring new friends to us and save them from their fate of watching the fat girl lie. So, that's definite. And then, of course, I'm going to then tie Amberlyn Reed to Lori. You see how I'm going to do that. Once again, we're going to start with Bob and Lori, as content pieces. And you're going to see some Amberlyn Reed come in, because then once again, I can make Lori and Amberlyn Reed comparisons. And I will like that. Because reasons. Yes, because reasons. They might not be good reasons. They might not be valid reasons. In fact, they're absolutely, totally catty reasons. But they are reasons nonetheless. Therefore, reasons. So yes, those are going to be covered, and many of our stupid people that pop up we're going to cover. And a lot of the grifting girls we're going to cover. Now, Roger is going to cover Jimbo. I'm going to cover Thelma. Look at this woman. She doesn't even know how to read and write, but somehow she can afford to buy her kids 72-inch TVs and $500 shoes. So yes, Thelma is going to be content on the Verily Veronica channel. Wee! Yes, I bet Jimbo's going to like that. Yes, because obviously Thelma is his money laundry. Obviously, Jimbo is using Thelma to launder all his ill-gotten gains, and Thelma backdoor admitted it to us. So yes, Thelma, the known felon, is going to become content. Ah, so yes, and we'll let you get a close up of the makeup. And there you go. Because right here you're not getting the full light, but up close you do. And like I say, you saw Lori try to be Katie. I thought that was so cute. I mean, everyone saw it. I mean, as soon as they saw, Lori dressed up, it's like, she's trying to be Katie. Everyone came to the same conclusion all on their own. Oh, I know it has to eat her up. And I know that I eat Lori up. And I'm hotter than anything Bob is ever going to have. It's sad and perverse in its own way, but it is a sad fact. Because since they both apparently have herpes, one of them had to have gave it to the other. Now, Bob couldn't see a sore if his life depended on it. So my money is, because after all, Lori was a crackhead. Yes, Lori, the herpes-laden crackhead, gave Bob herpes. Then he got mad and moved back to California. So I was wondering what drove Bob from his love in Canada, but it had to have been the red oozing sores all over his pee-pee. Actually, East Coast, these are all mine, and I am too large to have ever worn my mother's clothing. Now, I know that you're jealous, and you can go get your mommy's clothing, and since you're small man, I'm sure that you'll be able to fit in. See the lovely bracelet? Yeah, Katie, that was a white person, and we just ban them. We don't let them talk here. Now, the East Coast, you're going to be upset because you see, I am going to try to at least do bi-weekly lives. See, notice the cuteness. Bi-weekly lives as Verily Veronica. Maybe even weekly lives. And I am going to put up a Cash App. Now, I know East Coast that will really upset you that I'm going to let people donate so I can continue doing Verily Veronica. So I know that will eat your shit that people are going to give me money for pantyhose and makeup. Yes. Yes, I know it will eat your shit. And it will also eat Lori's shit. It will also eat Bob's shit. It will also eat Coat's shit. It will also eat Melton's shit. It will also eat Shannon's 681 shit. And about several other people, but if I keep saying it, I'm going to need something to drink. So, once again, if it's going to bend 18 noses out of joint to put up a Cash App here, oh my God, that's so sexy. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. One thing that Lori will never be. Now, once again, we know Bob will be sitting with, he'll have one eye up here and the other hand will be going just as fast as Bob can. Now, Elvis Travels may be there, and if Elvis Travels is there, he'll be fapping too. Just saying. Now, once again, we're going to start with Bob and Lori as content when I start doing my videos. And then, like I say, you'll see some Amberlyn Reed because I'm going to tie the two together. And then you're going to see some other lolcows. Now, I also am going to do Shani and Rev because there's very little to say about them. And it's just Shani and Rev. Like I say, I'm going to do some of my old lolcows here. Oh, Coates is live. I might cover Coates here too. As a white person, I may cover Coates here, but he's just irrelevant. Savage is live. She's irrelevant. Tessie's live. She's irrelevant. There was one Duke's live. I mean, you don't get much more relevant than Duke. Oh, I spoke too soon. Mr. T's in my feed. Okay, so you do get more relevant than Duke. My mistake. Well, there's supposed to be someone else on at the moment, so. Now, this is weird. It's prime time and we're all the stupid people. Do they have a meeting? I mean, where have all the locals gone? Really, where are they? I mean, we don't even have a Lady Wayne. Whose channel doesn't want to load. Okay, there we go. Shim has taken down all his videos. It only has home, shorts, lives. Okay, he's got lives. So it says no videos, but he only has lives. Huh, I didn't know that. I thought he had a video or two on that channel. But no, he only. Now, he's got one that's an 18-minute live called. Oh, this was a year ago. Called Joker Melton. Since no one else is on right now and it's only 20 minutes, we'll go ahead and listen to that. Oh, it's him. It was acting like it's not wanting to play, but the problem was on his stream and not mine. I thought it was me. Hello, Jackie. Hello, Booker. Hello, Pindar. That was Melted, not me.
Everything's done. Right now. The final. Of who? Of everything.
Yeah, the audio is problems on his end. I don't know why he just didn't delete this live.
They want to push the election for however long they can get away with it, right? However long they can get away with it. You know what I'm saying?
He's got black lipstick on, by the way. Not his normal horrible shade of blue.
Luck has been pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed on behalf of certain individuals on here.
This is him over a year ago, everyone.
I would prefer it because I don't really like to get clout to those people's channels.
This is before he ever knew rap.
But people gotta give clout to me because I'm Elton John. You see what I'm saying? I'm the best out here. I ain't the best the grand and all that. And what that temporary strike did was it fumed a bunch of chaos. So I'll accept the strike if other stuff's going to transpire. You see, I'll accept the strike.
Milton.
If anyone tries to take me down, it's going to be their life on the line. Their life's gone at me. They've already gone at me, so their life's already on the line right now.
Don't you hate it when you're trying to threaten people's lives and it just goes and breaks you up? I mean, it kind of loses the effect. I mean, I'm not used to this device yet. I mean, look at Melton. I mean, he goes all to that trouble to look scary and to look cryptic. And he keeps just ing us because he's got audio cutting in and out. I mean, he goes to all this trouble to at least put on some powder and a black lipstick and
Camille steals my lines. I'm gonna just says that gets their karma or something. Say it on here. I've been. He's just above it. He's a control. No, he's a control freak as well.
well, unfortunately, we're going to have to abandon Shim. I just thought that because I wanted to start with something short, and I thought a live 18 minutes called Joker Melton would be perfect. But obviously, the audio on this is just too bad to suffer through. Now, next time I will pre-screen, because usually I do pre-screen things like that, but I thought that, because sometimes you want to give a raw reaction to, because many times an audience does like the raw reaction. I've never seen this before. So sometimes I review it, and sometimes I go for the raw reaction. In that time, because it said Joker Melton, I wanted to go with the raw reaction. But obviously it's botched audio and I'm not going to be able to do that. Unfortunately. Ooh, Coates is in a parking lot. In a van.
See what they got. You guys gonna say that?
Now, I think someone else is supposed to be live right here in a few minutes. So we're only going to hang with Coates for just a couple minutes.
Yep. If they got one, I only got one.
Because he's not that interesting.
Let's see here.
It's just, there's not many people on YouTube the size of Ernie's shell. And Coates is. So,
Whipped cream on it. Oh,
you see,
God, Jan. It's great.
they would pair off well. Ernie's homeless. He has a van. And he also has problems reading.
Christmas and your New Year's.
You'll notice that when Coates tries to read chat. And he likes to say bad poo-poo words about Verily Veronica. So he's going to be Verily Veronica content. Now he's a dirty deleter and deletes everything. He's a dirty little boy. Literally, he is a dirty little boy that likes to hang out in gyms. Hello, let it go.
Is over 200 miles away in New York from me. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, Coach is very tiny.
But there's got to be something else.
I just can't believe that Jimbo or Ernie's not on. I'm wondering if Ernie's sleeping off the meth.
Tuesdays or some 99 restaurant or something. They'll probably all be putting on like a Thanksgiving.
In a nutshell, Ernie is a grifter that may be guilty of bloody murder. Just one. He lives near Verily Veronica. And he's tiny, but he has an ego big enough for all of us.
Dinner type thing.
Oh, Coach.
If you look around, I don't know where you are in Vermont, but
Well, shit, Ernie was either. Coach is nobody. Literally. He's 40-some. He lives in a van. He says he's a nomad. And he talks like he's big and he's really small. And he goes to his mommy's in the summer when it gets hot. And then he says he does it. And he gets mad at me because everyone goes, "Where's Coates? Where's Coates?" And I say, "It's over 90 degrees. He went back to hide at his mommy's." And then when the weather gets cool, Coates comes back. And other than him talking big and being a 40-some-year-old germaphobe, he is a germaphobe. And the notable thing is he will buy blue shop towels about $150 worth at a time. And he will get giant carts full of them. Now, most people just jack off in their socks, or such, but I don't wear socks, by the way. Roger does not wear socks before you start thinking. But yes, I'm guessing that he likes to jack off in blue shop towels. And probably other things at the rate he buys them. But yes, he buys blue shop towels at the rate you and I do food. Now, why? I have no idea. But he is a horrible germaphobe. And my guess is his mommy couldn't stand him in the house anymore and shipped him out in the van, all ZZ Top style. And she gives him money to keep him away. And like I say, he obviously has a learning disability if you listen to him read. Now, I do not begrudge him that, except he wants to keep telling everyone how smart he is. So once again, you can't read a sentence on YouTube. No, Levy, well, it depends on what your version of. He likes trans girls. Now, he fights Tasha Teeling. Now, he hates Tasha because Tasha is a trans girl and Tasha rejected him. So when you say, is he gay? Well, is trans girls gay? Just answer that and you have your question. Hello, C'est la vie. I'll let Sailor get a close-up. Oh, yes. I'm also going to cover the potato here. You know, once again, the potato is not good enough for the Roger Brown Reacts channel. So, I am going to cover Adrastia. And I am going to give Adrastia tips on how to be more feminine. Because we cannot just be negative on this channel and caddy. No, we cannot. What we will do is be helpful to Adrastia. In fact, we will give her tutorials on how to look like a female human being and not a Saturday Night Live skit named Pat. Hello, Buttercup. Hello, Verbal. So, you know, we're going to see about that. And Verily, Veronica does not like kitties, and this thing is in my lap, and it won't go away. See you, kitty. Yes, and it won't go away. Now, the house is cool, and it is a nice lap warmer. Now, this is something you don't normally get to see. You know, purple satin comforter. Now, for anyone that was here originally on my channel, on my very first videos on my other channel, I had a chair. And this is what used to cover it. So that's the only reason why I'm pointing it out right now, is because on my original channel, this was a part of my original background set. So, you know, once again, that is a little bit of the original Roger Brown channel lore. The pretty thing you see that color coordinates for us right now is actually my original background set. Now, once again, hello, Ali. Once again, we're going to have fun. I'm going to cover a lot of people. Keep terms of service. I have to talk about several people. Now, I was really hoping Ernest would go live because I think it would be fun to do him as Verily Veronica. But I guess Ernie came down from the meth, so that is what it is. And, I guess Jimbo is Jimbo, it's almost Trick or Treat Monday. So Verily Veronica is picturing that Jimbo is like making a trap door in front of his house and like getting a bucket full of candy to sit on the other side. So when the kids come up, he can hit the button and they slide right down to the basement in the popsicle cellar. So I'm guessing that's why Jimbo is not live. Yes, that's what it is. I had to double check my thoughts, but yes, I do believe in my hearts of hearts that is why Jimbo is not live, because he is now making the trap door so the children slide down to because he has to catch them on Halloween because he has to have enough children for the entire year. Now, once again, the only thing they have to eat is popsicles and each other. So, he has to try to get some large ones. If he can like start with the thinner children and keep getting larger children, maybe he can stretch them out for the whole year. But being that Halloween is here, that Jimbo has been starved for his natural prey. So, once again, I'm sure he is making a house of horrors right there in London, Kentucky. Hello, Gingy. Oh, I'm just picturing in my head just for a moment, and I'm sure that Jimbo is going to hate me. Yes, he is. Now, once again, if Jimbo is in Walmart, now imagine this: Jimbo's in Walmart, and this walks up to him and lays him out. You see, I'm a deceptive little cunt. So, yes. Can you imagine me and Jimbo getting into it in Walmart? I think he would get his ass kicked on multiple levels because I can pull off female completely. I mean, I bet the entire group, I bet every man in Walmart would start beating the hell out of Jimbo while I'm beating the hell out of Jimbo. We're checking, every girl has to check herself out. So yes, this is what we do on the Verily Veronica channel. We have less than serious fun. Now, on that Roger person's channel, he takes things very seriously. Now, you see, this is a channel difference. Here, we may go into issues. We may talk about issues. We're not interested in solving issues. We are just interested on being catty about the issues. So, once again, that is going to be a difference between the content. Like I say, we're not going to worry about intellectual anything here. Now, we might make it understandable. We'll do our commentary for that learning bullshit terms of service. But in reality, we are just here to be KXNTs. And that is the essence of this channel. And we're also here to look good while doing it. Something that Lori and Thelma will never do in their life. Now, you can also see that I am hotter than MAGA. Now, once again, you may look at me and look at MAGA. Now, I look a lot hotter than MAGA. You could only wish, Ernest. You could only wish. But yes, where Ernie has to. Now, it's kind of funny, Ernie does highway runs after he gets banged by guys, and I'm cuter than anything Ernest has ever had. So that is interesting in itself, thinking about it. And this is the funny thing is, I am hotter than a lot of the lolcows will ever have. Just saying. So, hello, Nina. So, those are going to be some of the starter people we're going to cover and how I'm going to do it. Now, I am going to make catty videos about Bob. They're going to have absolutely no intellectual worth whatsoever other than to just be taunting him. You see, where Bob and Lori wanted to call everyone a bully, Veronica is going to show them what it looks like. It looks good. Now, once again, you see, I also master the gestures. I can take on a completely acting persona. My therapist also, she wanted me to become a YouTuber, she wanted to become an actor, and she wanted me to become a therapist. Now, I was always nice to her, but I wanted to ask her, excuse me, what are you, my mother? Because once again, she saw I had talent. Because I used to show her all of my Grimgoth videos before they were released. Because I would shoot like a dozen at a time, and then we would sit down and I would show them to her. And then she wanted me to be an actor, or in this case, an actress. You see, the mannerisms that I can take. Once again in public, you do not know that I am not a girl. I can go out to any restaurant I want. I can go into any ladies' room if I want. And if I go into the ladies' room, I go to the bathroom, I wash my hands, and I leave. Just like a lady. Now, Milton, he scares the ladies when they go in the ladies' bathroom. And I tried to explain this to him before or Shim before, that you need to work on this a little bit. At least try. And I didn't tell him the other part. Then they'll at least think you're the ugliest girl that they've ever seen. That. So that's Shim's problem. Shim doesn't try. I am past my prime. My rose is wilting. But it is what it is. But for my age, I am still a beautiful woman. Now, and that's all Shim wants to be. Now, he wears size 16, and I can wear off the rack. And he usually ends up in Monty Python style dresses because that's all he can get to fit him. And I feel sorry for him on that. But anyone that tries to help him, they get extremely upset. Well, thank you, Monica. Hello, Izzy. Oh, well, I'll let you get a close up of my makeup. And it wasn't that hard to put on. It's like riding a bike. You never forget. Now, I take that back, though. I didn't put on my lip gloss. Be honest with you. I did forget one thing. I didn't put on the lips. Or actually, I didn't put on the gloss. I did put on the pretty red lips, but I didn't put on the gloss. And this is burgundy lips. And Izzy, this channel's to be catty on. We're not going to be intellectual here. We're just here to be catty. And catty, I mean, it just sleeps. Yes, the cat is alive. Show them you're alive, honey. Show them you're alive, honey. Honey, show them you're alive. Show them you're alive. Okay, she's not going to show you she's alive, but trust me, she is alive. You will see her moving some other time. Good night, Izzy. I hate working with cats. No, seriously, it's Verily, Veronica. I normally do not have cats on my set. But this thing, as I was waiting here and letting my nails dry, just kind of crawled up in my lap. And it is a little cool here. But I'm honest, with all this stuffing right here, it is kind of warm up here. And she's warming my lap. So it is what it is. Well, I have this all set up to where this is charging. In reality, I could be live for some time. And I did that just in case some good audio comes on. Now, let me check on that other live that I mentioned because this is a new person and this thing is a lot slow. And it's sensitive, just like me. Team Rose hasn't been live. I wonder if she got hit with a strike. Hmm. No, no, he didn't go live, which it isn't a disaster because it might not have been interesting to begin with, but obviously no one's coming on. It's 10:30 on a Friday. Now, I guess that some places may be doing Halloween on the weekend. I'm going all the way down the list to see if there's anything odd. And wow. You know how they say don't make assumptions? Now, I assumed because it was prime time on Friday night that there would be someone decent to restream. Now, I was wrong on this. Now, I will find something for us to play and talk about. But yes, yes, I had just assumed because I started a little later on Friday night that there would either be a live started that I could go back on or one starting that would be something to entertain us from the people that we were going to cover. But where is everyone on a Friday night? Hello, Black Jesus. Hello, Night Owl. But yes, I mean, seriously, where the hell is everyone? I mean, we don't even have Bullhorn Betty shouting at people's houses. I'm looking for we're going to go to his Giovanni the Great channel. Melkin. Because Melkin is going to be content. You know what? This is 5 minutes and 53 seconds. It's tied Neckbeard Nationalism and Killstream. And it's 56 views from over 4 years ago. So we will only be the 57th people to ever hear Neckbeard Nationalism and Killstream. Now, he's got me interested in what is Killstream?
Well, the live streams are still going and it's 2 o'clock in the morning. These fucking people have no life whatsoever.
I wish! Where the hell are they?
Make Big Alaska rich. They're gonna make him even better than he was before. They don't realize how their fucking strategy here is counterproductive. This is the generation we're dealing with, folks. We may not have the baby boomers of the future, but
My pipe even color coordinates my outfit, by the way.
the boomers were still not going to be in good shape at all. I'll tell you that goddamn much at all. We're not. neckbeard nationalism has to fucking go. I don't care how white you look. I don't care how light your skin tone is, whether you're blonde, whether you're fat and you got a beard and you're light as hell and you get a pass for a white man every single fucking day. I don't give a shit. You gotta go. And it has to start with the channels. So absolutely, I'm not doing this for Baked Alaska either. I'm not. Because I don't even like him. I just hate you more now. Because all of you are fucking feeding it from Ralph Raton to Andy Worski to whoever else. Mr. Metacore or whatever the fuck his name is. Douchebag. Didn't like it when he got an answer from Baked Alaska, so he had a hissy fit and blah blah blah. And Baked Alaska's a degenerate. I knew that for a while, but your degenerate's worse. And are easily rivaling.
Well, put it this way, invest in hand lotion stock, because between Bob, Coates, and Elvis, they're going to be selling the hell out of the shit during Verily Veronica's lives.
Or competing with the left SJWs for being pretty fucking pathetic. You're up there with them. You are. So stop throwing that term around SJW, because you know you're one on the right wing too. You're part of the childish right, I'd like to call you. The very highly childish right. And you can go on.
Okay. Now, I think we're going to have elections. Not today. But yes, I have just now formed an idea. Now, once again, we know that Nicolina is on the right wing. And now, obviously, Shim here is on the left wing. So I'm not sure what we're going to elect. Yes, we're going to elect them for human being. So yes, we're going to run Nicolina against Shim for human being. And we're going to see if we can get like one of the greatest electoral defeats in history. And I will put polls up on election day. You know, on election night on the Verily Veronica channel, I may have some joke offices, and then we'll have different candidates for them. And you guys will get to vote for them. Yes, that's what we'll do. Now, once again, you know, because of Shim and Nicolina, you know, I probably want to put that one for human being. Now, you know, I might have one for the best 3 pedo, and we might run Ernie and Jimbo on that one. Just saying. So, like I say, you know, I'm going to make up fake bullshit running fors on election day, and then the Verily Veronica community tab will be comedy on election day. Now, it'll probably come up election morning, and I'll probably think of a maybe 10 or 12. And then I will get like 2 YouTubers. Now, some of them will be silly ones, like the Nicolina one, because you know it's probably going to be 99% one way and only Shim voting the other one. But, you know, some of them are going to be serious, like, you know, which one's more the 3 pedo? You know, Jimbo or Ernie? So, yes, we will have our Verily Veronica elections. And we'll do it every 2 years.
Say things, you could say all this crap about your enemies to give ad hominem attacks or whatever, but it's gotten so bad with the neckbeards now that their appearance is just deplorable to me, you know? If I see them in the real world, I don't know exactly how they are completely because I don't talk to them, but that's what bothers me most sometimes. That I don't know if any of you are amongst me when I go out or wherever the hell I go. Will I go to a gun shop and find people like you? Will I go to the courthouse and find people like you? Would I go to the local...
You notice the places he says to go. Gun shops and court. Because, you know, because we usually, you know, when you talk about stuff, you go places in your life. Like when I was a young man, I might say Spencer's. Now, once again, He says gun shops and courthouses.
Cigar stores.
I wonder if the two tied together.
More than likely not, but I'm just making.
Melton probably is changing locations, by the way. He's a Melton on the run.
Possibly could. And it's a scary thought to even be in these people's presence because you don't know what the fuck you'll be triggered to do.
I was nice to Melton for over 2 years. I'd had another half a year of him threatening to kill me and every other thing, and me just saying, I forgive you, Melton. You can only do that for so long.
So yeah, I'm definitely going to do my part flagging their channels. I'm going to be doing my part to do that because they need to go. These people are an embarrassment to the friggin' movement. They're an embarrassment to any true patriotic type person. They're waving around the American flag. Not that some civic nationalists are pathetic, but these people are making them worse. I do not want to be surrounded with this filth and this white trash around me. God, they're worse than anybody in the 1.0. Alex Linda is fucking great next to these douches.
He don't want to be next to white trash, everyone. Hello, Veronica. It's Veronica. Now, Nicolina. Do you think we could be related? This is my normal Veronica look. And we're going to cover different people here. Now, I'll let you know what I'm telling everyone else. Where Roger worries about intellectual things, we might talk why here, but we're more interested in being catty. I did have red on, but it was so old it didn't want to stick, so I had to change the nail colors. So yes, and I've got the little thing in my lap, and we're all sitting up here, and we're having a slumber party, and I'm reintroducing my channel and talking about our lolcows, and we're going to cover the shim, and I was expecting someone to go live for me to restream, but this is the first Friday night in human history that there is not a single lolcow live. So, we were playing a little bit of shim, and I'm making Shim jealous, and Shim's probably out there. Well, thank you very much, Nicolina. Yours is always lovely, too. Now, I am going to make Lori look bad, and Bob's sitting out there with his phone against one eye and his other hand doing that, but at least he's getting some exercise. So that's fun, and once again, I am going to be helpful to Melton. I found the perfect picture to show him what you are actually supposed to do with the blue lipstick. Rather than look like, well, I'd say like Buffalo Bill, but Buffalo Bill's wasn't as creepy as Melton. Just saying. I mean, now to make a skin suit, Melton would have to stalk NBA players. So if you ever start hearing of WNBA players disappearing, we've got to find Melton. He's making a skin suit. Like I say, we are not interested in intellectual anything here. We're just interested in good reasons to be catty. And once again, with Lori, we are going to be very catty because once again, I can just, matter of fact, normally when I do this, I actually put on body forms. I do crush down my size about 6 inches. But since we were just in this chair today, I did not put on the body forms because corseting oneself, well, it's punitive. And normally I do that, and we're not doing that today. My outfit today consists of a lovely silk robe that was got ages ago for $2 at Goodwill. But in reality, it is a high dollar Victoria's Secret kimono. And you see it is lovely. And here we just have a sparkly little nightgown that was like $7 at Rose's. And in case you saw my legs, I have a pair of pantyhose on, a bra, and it's stuffed. And in reality, that's the extent of my outfit today. But usually I do put on a something like a corset, and I usually do wear high heels also. But once again, I knew we were just going to be shooting from this up, so I did not do all that today. And it does feel nice not to have the corset on, just saying. But you know, when I go out into public, I will have a corset on. Now I am going to dig into Benny here because once again, then Benny will say transphobic comments on his channel that can be flagged. Yes, and Nicolina, you're gonna like this one. Thelma is content. Now see, Roger's going to cover Jimbo. I'm going to cover helpful tips to make Thelma more feminine. And we may even teach her to read. Now, we'll probably have to do it in a different way because, you know, usually A is for apple, but for her, we'll probably have to say A is for anal. Just saying. Just saying. And maybe a B for bitch slap because, you know, after all, it is Thelma. Now, what I want to know is this entrepreneur Velma. She's got money for $200 pants. And didn't she like drop out of the 3rd grade? She can't read or write, yet she has all of this money for Jimbo's panties. Impressive. Now, you know, the Chinese, they have labor camps. They need to talk to Jimbo because obviously he has found a superior model. Yes, obviously, you know, she can afford to be abducted, uneducated, yet provide her children with 72-inch TVs, and all of them have $500 shoes and $3,000 laptops. I mean, there's some college educated people that would really like to hear the Velma method. So, in fact, after this live, I will probably touch up my makeup and I will make my first Velma vid. After this live, I will probably shoot a few vids, one to upload every day. Because typically that's what I used to do with Veronica, is I would get up in a day, put on makeup about 10, I would shoot videos all day, make dinner, touch up my makeup, do a live at night, and then pass out. And that, when I used to do Verily, Veronica, that would be my day. It would be a giant work day. Now, today was an introductory, so I didn't make the ton of videos. So, once again, you know, I dress in full female clothes when I do the videos. And then for the lives, I will go down to lingerie. Because after all, it is a whole lot more comfortable to sit in, I'm sure you know, than your business attire. So, but tonight, I'll make the videos in my evening attire, which I normally don't do. Normally, like I say, you'll see my videos and I will be all in girl clothes. But, you know, I will make my Velma one in lingerie and I'll touch up my makeup and I'll think of a couple other topics to talk about. Lori, well, thinking about it, Lori's so large, she is a couple topics. So, yes, I think just Lori, Bob, and Thelma. And we will start with Thelma because I am going to be Thelma's chronicler. Because after all, I am here in this place and I would like to know how to be a successful, uneducated woman like Thelma at my age. Well, Nicolina, I mean, I can. My therapist said she would not recognize me in Walmart. I know down there you can't get the full look of the light, but here you can. When it says, like I say, here we're interested in Caddy, and where Roger is always respectful, here I flirt with everyone. Now, a defining character about Verily Veronica is I have no shame. When I decided the character, I thought it an interesting thing because you try to make your parameters for the character. And I thought nothing shames her. Someone asked her, "What shames you?" Veronica's answer, "I don't understand the question." Yes, she is shameless, and my videos will reflect that. In fact, I did one on Truthfully Tricia that got one creator just to throw a fit because she went to jail, and I did a video called Truthfully Tricia in Chains. And a large creator blew up. It was funny. Now, it's what's even more funny is Truthfully Tricia and I are friends now, and the video's on private. So that's funny in itself. But yes, I will give Lori and Velma tips on how to be a better girl. Now, I'm sure you see the comedy in that. Yes, and we'll teach them everything. I mean, after all, Velma's got. Now, why do people. Okay, I just realized something. Why do people keep buying her Pioneer Woman when she's a rich, successful entrepreneur? That doesn't make any sense. Shouldn't she have like Pioneer Woman falling out of her fupa? Oh well, the mysteries of the world. Sometimes I think the cattiest things. But I'm wondering if Jimbo's like a midget Bigfoot that they've shaved. Maybe that's why Jimbo doesn't have any hair. Is he's actually a midget Bigfoot that they took in from the wild and shaved. That would explain him having no neck. And acting like a savage to women, thinking that 12 is breeding age and that it's okay to and grab the little girl and drag her to another state to your lair. Maybe that's it. I'd say no, Ernie's the Littlefoot. But maybe that's how they met. Just saying. Yes, maybe that is. Yeah, he did say he needs two-handed pee. Now, I'm going to tell him, Roger, there's an interesting fact. Because of the surgeries that he had, Roger can pee with no hands, standing or sitting. Now, you don't quite understand why, and I'm not going to tell you. Because you see, that's another thing about Verily Veronica. I will tell you Roger's secrets that you don't know. So yes, Roger can pee standing up and not, but I will tell you it's because of something that happened in surgeries. So once again, it's nothing magical. But when I used to drink as a teenager, that was useful because you could hold your head like this and pee. In the mornings when you used to drink, you wanted to do this. So that was nice that you could hold your head and pee. And that was one of those times to where you're questioning your life thinking, do I really want to keep doing this? And then I stopped drinking about 22. Yes. Except when I sold stuff to the Iron Horseman. And there was a mandatory drinking rule because when the big giant biker named Bear hands you the fifth of Jim Beam, you drink. Just saying. So, we're going to have some fun here. We're going to have a lot of fun. Now, once again, I am going to cover a little bit of Amber Reed because her channel is dying. And a lot of people know me from covering Amber. So I am going to give a gateway for people from that dying community to come over here to our community. Now, Letitia is going to get out someday, and my other self was going to shoot his Letitia vid today and did not get to it because I was too busy getting pretty. But I will tell you this much. I wouldn't doubt if they fuck completely the custody of her up and she goes to one of the two southern states and only faces lesser charges. So, once again, when I do my Roger vid that talks about Letitia, there is a 3 month chance of her being back on the street if the legal system botches everything. And as if we have seen, they seem to be messing up stuff pretty quick. Well, my boob is migrating. Now, Letitia's greater charges is in the north states. So that way, if she gets sent to the southern states, she could quickly end up back on the street. And that's the only way we're going to see her soon. And that's going to be one of the things that we'll talk about in that video. And of course, if Letitia comes back, I will talk about her on both channels because here I can make it funny. Roger just thinks it's sad. Very sad. And it made him never want to date again. Just saying. No, Kim. I'm saying she could. Because you see, the North two states are serious felony charges. The two southern states' felony charges are softballs. So if the northern states decide not to prosecute and send her to the southern states only, that is the way she could be out sooner than later. Now, if either of those northern states decide to prosecute to the fullest extent of the law, we will not see Letitia for a long time. But once again, if they punt her to the southern states, I could see her out in 90 days. Now, an interesting fact, I am not a sports person. Nope, never was. I don't even know who U of M is. I know that's sad. Nicolina's probably going to kick my big butt for that, but I don't know. Now, I do have to laugh, and I am going to see if anyone ever did come on. Now, this is Friday, and there's no Jimbo on or no Ernie. I mean, it's weird as hell. This thing moves slow as slow can be. But yes, none of our normal people are on. Not even a Team Rose. I'm wondering if Team Rose got a strike. I've not said that to anyone, but that's what I've been thinking, that she might have got a strike because she does put up a lot of conspiracy bullshit. And I'm wondering if that got her a weak strike. Oh, Michelle Goes Live is live. Finish dinner, fix some massive problems. Now, I have thought about talking about her because I really do think she wants to wear Molly's skin. Now, because of all the attacks on me, I don't immediately go after people when they say that. But the more that I watch of her, the more I really do think she wants to wear Molly's skin. Okay, Stacy, I was just guessing because I had been seeing her content and the amount of out on a limb she was getting with the conspiracy theory, I kept thinking she was courting a strike. Just kitty in my lap. Just pure ice. Metallic purple. It's hard to stretch with kitty and lap. Hello, Miss Cupcake. But yes, there's not really many people on. Now, we're going to see what Michelle says just for a few minutes. Well, I guess she didn't have it. I thought it was me, but it was her. Yeah, well, it's all quiet. She's got a black screen, 669 people in chat, and not saying a word. Kind of weird. Very weird. Like I said, at first I thought it was me. So, I hit it through it again. But no. Just a black screen and no noise and 671 stupid people in chat. Hey, here she is.
Try to post it again and see if it works.
Shouldn't you be doing this on your own
try
time?
To post it again and see if it works.
Okay.
Somebody's gonna try it again.
Heard that rumor.
Somebody's gonna try to post it again.
I think so. Okay.
Hold on.
Now she went. Okay. I think she's crazy. Yes. Now, see, Roger won't come back out and say it, but that made no sense. Why not just stop? If you have things to post, I have things to post. I'm going to post them after the live. You see, I posted things before the live. I have the live now. Now, after the live, I'm going to post more things. Now, once again, I have 35 people in chat, and she has 670. So, obviously, there are people with poor taste at a higher rate than with people with good taste. I guess McDonald's does prove that. But I was hoping that she would be interesting for a moment. Oh. So yes, now, okay, I don't know if I should play this one or not. Now, you see, where everyone screams you have no content without me, I have a reserve lolcow. And she does kind of make me feel sad, but she is obviously a drug addict, and she's obviously demented. She's obviously a grifter too. Now, because she's such an addict and obviously insane, I don't believe all of it is her fault. And the channel is called Sassy Savage Goddess. And she only has 3 people watching. And she is a train wreck. But once again, she is severely mentally ill. So I will be handling this with kid gloves. Now the live says, should I add the video? Well, shit. Went dark on me. Should I add the video of 3 people speaking about Jesse? And I have no idea who Jesse is. That's on her end. No one can even hear what she's saying. Well, she just called someone a spiteful fucking bitch, so I guess we'll stay with it. Can you hear it at all? I can barely. Hello, Sapphire. No, Robbie. Nothing from Philippe. I think she's too low for you guys to hear. She is being crazy. She just made the across the throat symbol. But like I said, she's severely mentally ill. And once again, she is a reserve lolcow, but I personally don't believe she's a monster, but I really believe she's a person that needs to be helped. And her phone doesn't even work well enough, and she just goes on to YouTube, and I don't even really think she understands that no one understands her. Her last live I listened to a couple weeks ago was like that. And this one was like that. And I see her live virtually every other day. So my guess is this poor mentally ill woman is living on this because, like I said, she only had 4 people in her chat. I think she's been talking at people for weeks, and no one can hardly hear a damn thing that she says. That's sad. It's sad. Because, like I said, she is severely mentally ill. And that was the only reason I had not mentioned her before. But I was going to let you hear her. But that's the explanation on why you can't hear her. Because she's so mentally ill, she does not realize that her phone is still broken. I'm laughing. I'm laughing at me because earlier because usually I would have some backup audio prepared. But I just said to myself, it's Friday night. Someone will have been on. Where's Bob and fucking Lori? Since I am going to cover Bob and Lori, that would be good to go to. Oh, really? They've been deleting. Yes. They've deleted all of their lives up to 12 days ago. They did that today because I was going to play the one of her bitching about me and my wish list. And I was going to make fun of it. But she has pulled it. And their last live they left up is Lori's ex Victor tells all. Once again, the only live that Lori left up was the one that she could say her ex was abusing her. Oh no, excuse me. They changed the list. I think that live is still up.
Like hell.
No, this one's 2 days ago. Well, it might have been 2 days ago. Excuse me, I may have just told you wrong. This may be it. I forgot they changed the interface.
For not having a working fridge.
Oh boy.
Videos are going to be flying now.
Pretty excited about that.
Yes, we found it, everyone. It was my bad. That was operator error.
I'm not good at playing hide and seek. Yeah, because typically speaking, honest people stay out in the open. However,
Yeah, this is it.
you have some people out there who are exhibiting some sociopathic tendencies, and they don't care what they show.
We've got bigger fish to fry. Lori.
Like good old rap.
Oh my god.
You know that dude that goes around with my picture and my logo that I created?
Mr. 2AP and Hey Crime Time.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Crime Time, how's it going? And
oh, Blind Bob?
yeah, well, there's Blind Bob. I think that if you put up that screenshot that I sent you earlier, there's another one.
Oh yeah, I know what.
And Lori, you only put it on the lower
crazy,
list.
guys, is you have Rap and Nicolina, Benny, AB was involved with it with a Jody Sue account. all of them talking about their massive amounts of troll accounts. Kaz allegedly has like 140 something, and
Voices behind the blind guy.
Voices behind the blind guy. There you go. Yes. And the thing is this dude is so low that he steals something that was made by a blind guy. My own personal artwork. I mean, he's stealing from a blind guy, guys. Look at that. That's pretty shit.
Well, Bob, we will make it even. You can touch yourself and think impurely, thinking of me, and we will call it even.
No, I'm not. There was Nora the Stalker.
Oh, God. We gotta talk about her.
Well, do you remember how she deleted all of her comments the other day over on Crime Time Grime? You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
She.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh. Here, I'm holding up my hands, because they've been accusing us of being Crime Time Grime. Look at my hands, guys. Crime Time Grime, be sure to say hi out there in the chat. Totally separate person who is doing some anonymous work, and these idiots are. I couldn't regret it. It's crazy seeing these narcissistic sociopathic tendencies going on out. It's crazy seeing these narcissistic sociopathic tendencies going on out here by people like Rap, Nicolina, Nicolina.
It's alive.
The whole bunch. Some of them get accused of stuff and they throw a hissy fit, and they just kind of take their YouTube channel down for a couple of days because they have a little hissy fit and they have to pout for a while. To me, that shows guilt.
Hey, now. Don't
What?
be saying that's what she did, because there's no proof she did that. There is no proof that for the second time she hit
Dude,
the video.
You notice he doesn't say guilt about what? Maybe she just flashed her cleavage. Maybe she showed us her cute little round butt. Maybe she showed us Lori's fat ass.
It is a pattern.
After
When she had that falling out with Perpetual Platypus, and then she did the same thing with her channel, that's called a pattern, folks.
And then
It's called a pattern.
It's kind of sort of similar to what Trainwreck does. I'll hide my face. Kind of like Ernie, too. Ernie does it, too, sometimes. Benny, I don't know if he...
Notice the phone matches my outfit.
There's a few of them out there that do it. And, I mean, I hit all the videos on voices here, but there was a reason behind why I hit them, and that was because Benny was saying he was striking people and shit, so... In order to avoid the channel being completely, okay.
Exactly.
We hit them all. So that's why we hit all the videos there a couple months back. But yeah, these Roger got Roger too. So.
Oh yes. Hello, everybody! Come and watch my channel where the most popular element is my cats.
It is I, Verily, Veronica. Okay. Now, since he'll be looking at this is the part where we want to give him a good look. Yes. Oh, Boba. See, I can do Instagram. Normally, I do Instagram pics when I do this. Now, let's start doing poses. What do you think? Think I can pull it off? Like I say, Lori can just sit and dream. Now, I hope Bob has some hand lotion, or he's going to get some awful chafing. Unfortunately, this doesn't want to stay on for long. It saves power, but it makes me have to do that.
I really want to know something. Can I really ask this question? Like, what makes him so much better than everybody else?
Because he can go on Omegon's channel anytime that he wants. And I was like, who the heck is Omegon?
Well, actually, what makes me something is I can do this. See, Bob didn't understand. This is what makes me somebody. It's what makes many actresses something. I mean, look at me. Lori could only dream, and I got pussy in my lap. That's something that Bob will never ever have. Well, Bent Bob. Now, Bob, I don't normally sleep with people that have herpes, and so you're just actually out of luck.
This is the dude that told me that he has friends who work in clubs in Stockton.
Oh yeah.
It's like, dude, you know, fools. He's probably over there streaming this right now.
Now, the funny thing is, when I say clubs, I mean motorcycle clubs. See, Bob is so stupid that he actually thinks that when I say clubs, he thinks like, oh, we're going to go out and dance tonight, kids.
Either him or Rap or whatever.
Somebody was talking. Even though Roger said he was done with Fat Lori or whatever.
Oh, here's my thing when it comes to that. If he's so big,
No, I said you were irrelevant.
his
It's a
channel
big
has
difference.
only grown so much over the past 2 months or so. It's not grown much. If he is so big and so widely known, why isn't his channel growing?
Well,
does he not have the money in his account to buy more subs, or what is it?
Well, there's that. I mean,
it could be because I'm a commentary channel and I don't do video clips, and that's why me and Pindar talked, and there was a tablet put on my wish list, because if there is, I can do video. Just saying. And also, I'm not in this for fame. I'm in this for interaction and to entertain people. Now, you see, when you're entertaining people, you're entertaining people. You don't worry about how many people you're entertaining at different times. Now, well, I just realized something. I'm being hard on them. Because after all, they both do have red oozing sores in between their legs and their shut-ins. Now, a shut-in, what else do they have to do but play with themselves all the time? And since they all have red sores, we have found out why they are so grumpy. They both have herpes and they're shut-ins, and they live far away.
you see, Nicolina likes Roger. Have you just said anything?
What's that?
I think it's Pendar.
Well, Joni, you're right. I mean,
Oh,
and no girl would date him, but
Yeah.
the herpes-laden crack addict.
Because we got to talk about his wish list. Can we talk about his wish list? Please let us talk about his wish list.
Yes.
That's why we're here, to talk about my wish list.
One thing beforehand, before we get to that wish list.
Yes, this is why we're here for content right now, Lori, for my wish list, because you wanted to talk about it, so we're going to talk about it here since there's nothing else for us.
When it comes to this stuff, okay, he does not have anything original. There will be people that say, "Oh, you're anti-bullying, but you're out here talking about people."
Okay, do you see? Once again, he just said, "I do not have anything original." How many dark elves do you know on YouTube? How many horsemen of the apocalypse do you know on YouTube? And how many Verily Veronicas do you know on YouTube? Now, and he says that, well, he is blind. I guess we'll have to give him that. He is blind.
Question. How would you feel if the military operated according to your standard? See, the thing is that when you go and slander people and they fire back, and then you do that little gaslighting, blame-shifting, deflective tactic of saying, well, you're supposed to be anti-bullying.
Now, he's trying to compare this to war. Now, once again, Bob has forgot the first axiom of war. All is fair in love and war. And you see, that is also the essence of the Verily Veronica channel. All is fair in love and war. You get it? You see, that also is a part of the channel mantra. All is fair in love and war. Can we scissor more?
We're not out here bullying. We're not out here saying, oh, I have some friends in such and such a place. Roger. No.
Oh, yeah. Supposedly, I criticized her daughter with autism, and I don't know shit about her daughter. I didn't know she had autism, but Lori tried to claim it. Now, I, as Verily Veronica, will. Now, what I'm going to ask Lori is, did Lori, being a crack addict, and probably Lori was doing crack with baby, and then her child became autistic. That could be why. Or it could be completely natural and nothing to do with it. But could it be that Lori was a drug addicted mother while she was... We don't know. We are going to ask these questions of Lori. Were you doing crack with your daughter? Since she wants to bring up her autism and use it as a shield, I feel the need to ask Lori, were you on crack when you were pregnant? That's all I have to ask her.
No. It's called fighting back. It's called standing up for yourself. And if our military operated according to their standards, we would have been screwed a long time ago. Those are the same kind of standards that the schools hold, where if you defend yourself, you get in trouble for it.
Yeah? I got thrown out my freshman year for fighting, for defending myself. So, welcome to the world, Bob. Like I said, Bob, I failed my freshman year because I was thrown out of school for having to defend myself. Welcome to the world, Bob. You know, you can live on your feet or live on your knees. Now, once again, we know that Bob and Lori have chosen to live on their knees, where Verily Veronica is only on her knees purely for recreational purposes.
It's a bunch of shit. No, you can fight back with some sense of integrity. See, yeah, we've been immature at times. I can admit that. I heard old Spooky was over there in Rap's chat bragging about how she was making fun of me and I was laughing about it. It says a lot about these folks, guys. It says a lot. The fact of the matter is, some of these people are lowlifes. I don't know Spooky, don't know any of them personally, but when you come in one chat and you act like you want to, be on civil terms, and then you go and brag about making fun of somebody, yeah, it says a lot about you.
Or just wait until Roger's on the receiving end of it.
Oh, he's going to get it. They're going to turn on him too, just like they turned on River, just like they're going to turn on Betty pretty soon. Just like they turned on Benny. It's like they turn on everybody.
See, the thing I have a problem.
How is anyone going to turn on me? Are they going to say poo-poo words? Now, he's projecting. No one loves Bob. Bob doesn't love Bob. Bob's kids doesn't love Bob. Yes, I was trying to think. Was anyone love Bob? I was thinking maybe the Blind Foundation does, but he protests them. So not even the Association of the Blind like Bob. So the blind don't even like Bob. Now, this is a cat out of the bag, but that is going to be a Bob video. That is going to state nothing more than, Bob, you protest the Blind Center. Obviously, not even the blind like you.
What is this? Roger came over to our community post yesterday. Our community post, yeah, that I put out yesterday about that we should have that tier over on Ion.
Which we do have.
Probably not.
Yeah, we did have.
Well, you know how grifters like pity points. It is, children are the ultimate pity point. It does make me kind of glad I don't have one. I really don't mean that, but you know the sentiment that I feel. I mean, after you see Lori, after you see Leticia, I think we need to start building people as adults and forget the whole childhood thing. Come on, Bob. Speak to us. Just a moment. Oh, shit. Hit the wrong button. This is a new device. Bob had one eye open and one not, and I was trying to screenshot it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the dirty delete one. Anyways, because we have money on it. Like, it's part of the membership thing. And whatever. So anyhow, they were, I guess, commenting about that. But anyhow, he comes over as Verily Veronica because he can't come over as Roger Brown Reacts because, God forbid, people would know it's him.
Well, because you blocked me, bitch.
I don't know.
How am I going to come over when I'm blocked?
He comes over as Verily Veronica and starts going at us about saying how irrelevant
Because
we are.
I'm blocked.
All this other kind of stuff. Well, today I was scrolling through YouTube and I came across a post from Pendar from yesterday with Roger's wish list.
Mm-hmm.
And his wish list has a laptop, a tablet, an Xbox, very little food. And
now, Pendar, is there an Xbox on it? I don't even know exactly what's on the list. But we already told you about the tablet. Now, you guys have bought me 2 cabinets full of food. So Lori right there is lying about the food because I have had food deliveries here for the last week, virtually 2 out of the last 3 days for every week. So, I had at least 4 deliveries of food last week of things like, tomato paste, case of beef stew. I got a case of chicken and dumplings, things that will be there for the winter when I'm short. So, and today, excuse me, honey, she's such a pain. Gingy sent me a summer sausage. And I intended on using this as a prop tonight. Yes, I intended on using my sausage as a prop. Now, I am doing the sausage reveal. Once again, Bob doesn't get to see much, so we're going to show Bob our sausage. Yes, Bob, this is my wish list sausage. And there's going to be some cheese come. Did you get that joke? You see, and it is too. The cheese didn't make it. So here's my sausage, Bob, and the cheese is going to come. Just saying. So now I have used my sausage that you guys have provided. Once again, this is not only a Lori debunk, but I get a chance to play with my sausage. Now, back to what they have to say. Like I say, Verily Veronica is catty content.
a couple shirts that are like over $30.
I didn't know there was. Matter of fact, I doubt there. Pendar will have to vouch for that, but you guys have bought me some shirts.
Stuff you find, whatever, water, this, that, whatever. Okay, good.
But I don't think any of them were $30.
I was really confused because this guy has got running water or something, I heard, and he can't walk into town to his P.O. box. He has to get help.
Well, yeah. I want to see Lori walk 44 miles. Don't you? I want to see Lori walk 44 miles to the P.O. box. I want to see Lori doesn't walk to her door to leave her house. That's why she has to have DoorDash.
He has no food and he starves and this and that. But yet,
didn't I tell you guys? It's funny how you make one video when you're having trouble, but supposedly that's your every minute. And the fact is here, the weather may get bad during the winter. So one thing that we're trying to do is get me an extra month of food. That way, if there's a blizzard, then I'm okay. That's one of the things that we're doing right now. I'm trying to get a month ahead on food and cat food in case there's a blizzard. Now, you see, Bob and Lori, that's responsible. You see, I'm doing the responsible thing, trying to prepare for the winter. But Bob and Lori, they live on assistance and they just sit and wait. They get their rent paid by the state. I own my own place that I created. I pay tax to my county to educate the children of the county. And that's something I got to do at the beginning of the month. I am going to go pay my taxes. And my taxes will pay for hospitals, libraries, police, and education. Bob and Lori don't pay any taxes on anything. Bob and Lori don't have anything. Bob and Lori are on assistance. And right now, I am trying to get a month and ahead in case there's a blizzard. That sounds pretty responsible, doesn't it? But what does Bob want? He wants you to buy him an entire Mac Studio, where there's a laptop on that wish list that will probably stay on that wish list. Just saying.
Instead of putting food, which we all know,
And we debunked that, didn't we? We played with my sausage.
Like actual food, other than tomatoes and whatever the other one was.
Yes, Jackie, he was. You are correct.
And a tablet. Now, if you look at his videos, he already has something that he's using to do his video, like record his videos with. And then he has 2 other phones already. I'm sorry, but I got dragged like hell for not having a working fridge. And I was, out here begging for money and this and that and everything else. They'll bash everybody else for doing exactly what they do. And the only reason why Roger goes through Pendar is because he doesn't want to take the fall himself or have people come out. Right. He's got to go through somebody else. Why can't...
I don't have a computer. I don't even own a laptop. I have some shitty old fucking Obama phones and a screwed up iPhone that matches my outfit. And that's why we put the laptop on the list. Makes sense, don't it? Now, we've debunked the food thing, and I've got 2 full cabinets of food in there, canned food, safe for the winter, in case. And when I get to the store, I'll buy about 50 pounds of hamburger to put in the freezer. And I will buy some extra stuff. And we're going to put a little more stuff on my wish list. Food, actually.
He's a big thug, that's why. Right. So scared.
No,
I'm also fit.
I just want to address Spooky's comment out here real quick. I was pointing out the fact that it was good sport. You were in a chat of somebody who was involved in a group that stalked Lori's autistic daughter's YouTube channel with a dude who has no...
When I didn't have power for 2 years, when we turned my power on, my General Electric fridge didn't work. I had to come up with a new fridge. I've told the story. I had $80 for a fridge, and I looked for a used one forever, and no one would help me, and I couldn't find anything. So I went to the weed guy, and I bought a half bag for $80. So it was about $100 of weed. And I said, I need a refrigerator. And one practically ran me over. And it's a fairly nice General Electric. Not the high end like my old fridge was, the medium end. And I traded a half bag of weed for it. And I got my own fridge too, Lori.
Shame, who has taken my artwork, made fake accounts impersonating me around YouTube. Yeah, I can be a good sport, but when you support massive slanderers like that, that says a lot. So I hope you're not trying to gaslight me out here.
Massive slanderers. Now, I feel the need to slander Bob. Bob is Hitler. Bob is the next Hitler. Bob is the future Hitler. He's the current Hitler, and Bob is the past Hitler. You see, not only am I calling Bob Hitler, I'm calling Bob 3 Hitlers.
There's a lot of you like to do that. But see, here's the deal. Yeah, I can be a good sport. But when you have somebody who's pulling that kind
Yes,
of bullshit
Christina, they are very spiteful.
on a regular basis, have I made any fake accounts about him? No. See, I don't do this whole troll account crap. I did one time in Nicolina's chat. I already talked about that. It was called Toe Jam and Earl, based off of the Sega Genesis game.
He just did it once.
Way back when she was.
No, really, honey, I only did it once.
Amazingly, totally flipped over. I'm so sick of all this bullcrap.
Hi, Lori.
So you don't watch who you want, but if you're going to talk nice to somebody, and you're going to go to somebody else who is bashing the crap out of that same person, you're not real. Not in my book.
I'm real.
And you know what? Again, watch whatever the heck you want. But if you have a friend and that friend is being all nice to you, and then all of a sudden you find them over supporting someone who's trash talking you, that's not much of a friend or an acquaintance, is it? Logically speaking. I can be a good sport, but I know bullshit when I see it too, and it doesn't take having usable eyes for that.
Yeah. So anyhow, the newest thing coming from Mandar there is the new lie about us is that I gave Bob herpes or
No, I said you gave Bob
And there's
herpes.
a Mandar lie.
Now, someone else said you both have herpes, so I'm the one that said you were the giver of the herpes.
But she heard about it. Holy crap, let me tell you. And then Roger ran with it because that's what he does.
Yep.
He just, goes and fetches everything they throw out there. He's like a little puppy. Oh, and then of course, we have the Nicolina being so upset over the fact somebody cloned her, or Benny, they claim cloned her or some stupid shit. How do you know it's not Rap? Rap's the king of cloning.
I'm going to have to adjust.
Yeah, would you bring those screenshots up?
Yes, I had to adjust.
Well, like the one that I sent you this morning, for instance.
I'll do that off camera in the
And
future.
There was another screenshot. I'll grab it for you. I'm gonna do Rap's favorite thing that he has a picture of me of that he goes around and impersonates on YouTube for.
Lori can't get a job because Lori is about 500 pounds.
Using magnification on my phone.
And that wasn't a joke, by the way.
Hey, Spooky, support that kind of stuff,
Verily, Veronica, warning, that last comment was not a joke.
It's sad to see how low.
Not joke warning. Yes, I'm going to start with not joke warnings.
Whatever.
Rap going on about the
I grow hay.
Benny's piece of shit.
And cats.
He cloned Roger's account and Nicolina's. What about the cloning you do, Rap? You think it's funny to clone a blind person and then make fun of him. But that's okay, right? Because you're doing it. God forbid somebody does it back to you. I don't know.
I get flack for this character all the time. But you know what? I don't care what they say because you guys enjoy the character. In fact, my other channel, Chat, created the character. Now, once again, I took the tether off. I've had this to where I could go logs, but like I say, see how lovely I am. It's something that she will never be. You see, I can go into public, and if you put me and Lori up and they asked you which one is the man, they're going to point at Lori. And I'm going to laugh. Lori, mirrors don't lie. And luckily for you, they don't laugh either. So we will put that to Lori, and we will let her get all bent out of shape about that.
I have no idea. I mean, I don't think you should clone at all, but including myself, even though I did do it that one time, and it was Pendar.
Thank you, China.
But
there you go. There's two.
I don't think you should do that. much crap people get into because of people like you that sit there and clone people all the time.
Now,
And
I will let a secret. 1950s tutorials. Yes, see, that is actually how I learned to perfect a look easily. You know, if you go through YouTube and you look at 1950s makeup techniques and how they put on their makeup, is how I put on my makeup.
into it, like my God, for instance, you go into anybody's.
So I do it like Betty Page
anyone
did.
that makes fun of a disability or mental illness is a complete a-hole in my eyes. Well, did you know, Bob and I, because we have borderline personality disorder, we learned this too over the last few days. Because we have borderline personality disorder, Bob and I are compulsive liars, and we make things up to fit certain narratives, which is not even a classification of BPD, but
It is a classification, yeah.
it was from a cop or something, right?
No. She said that it was from a crisis line that she called.
Oh, the crisis line. Right, that's what it was. The crisis line. Oh, right. That was around the time she said she took all her electronics into the police station.
Yeah. Remember that crime time grab?
Sausage.
Took all of her electronics into the police station.
I'm taking my shit and I'm going.
You just walk in and say, "There's no open investigation or nothing, but here's my electronics because I'm being accused of this." Yeah, okay. Whatever. Which is the truth. But, just because you dirty delete your videos, it doesn't tell you the fact that you did what you did. Then you go over to another person's channel. You start making statements about your dark web hitman called the Universe and how anybody who hurts you winds up dead. Train wreck.
Oh, yeah, that was weird and spooky in its own level there.
Then there was the whole thing about the stalking and how that person wound up dead. Because the Universe, that's the name of her dark web hitman, I'm sure. But whatever.
Bob's iPhone. So he's three of yours, I guess.
Oh, he has three of me now.
Well, he's got Bob's iPhone. He's got Blind Bob, and then the other one.
Yeah. Go on and support that crap. Whoever wants to support that crap, just remember you're a part of the low that is in this world. You're a part of the hate monger crew, and I hope you're proud of that. Because if you say anything about kindness, you say anything about maturity, you say anything about love, you say anything about God, and you support that crap, you are a hypocrite. Big time. And all of us have the tendency to be hypocrites, but that is just downright 100% hypocrisy.
Oh, agreed.
I want to give them cute little things so they can clip it.
Agreed. They don't know kindness. It's just everything's so bad that happened. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to mention is that I actually felt bad for traders for getting involved in this little spat between Betty and LaDawn and how she got dragged into it. I honestly did feel bad. However,
I did too.
I want to know something. Did she feel bad when she was making a video about how fat I am and squishing Bob and him being blind? Did she feel bad?
No. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if that embarrasses us. But if she's embarrassed, oh, God forbid. God forbid. But no, remember her response about making fun of a blind person? Oh, no, you're disgusting. That's because of lies that your group has told. And the lies will... Hey, LaDon. The lies will find themselves out. But, I like Lori said, I felt bad for her too. But my sympathy is gone, recalling everything that took place over there as well.
You can't get mad because somebody does something when you turn around and do the exact same thing to others.
Exactly.
I feel terrible for the fact that, and I know Betty's lied. I know she has because we discussed.
She's lied on us too.
She's like, oh yeah, she has. But we've discussed it with Betty and LaDawn a couple months back on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
The same problem I had was very similar to what LaDawn had.
You notice that there is no joy. Now, there's the old story of Casey Goes to Bat, and they said there was no joy in Mudville. They must be from Mudville.
The sudden switch and not telling anybody anything about what was happening, and then suddenly being friends with the devil, more or less, and going like, what the hell? Like, what just happened? Like, I was going in to help Maud. And then, like, all of a sudden it was like Nick and Rap takeover or something. I was like, what the hell? I didn't know nothing. I was just like, oh crap, I'm stepping back. This sucks. Like, I can't. No, they just dragged us. Like,
Yes, Lori.
Rap, like,
that's what they do. They're instigators.
The pig noises with me. And
where I have a policy. I don't get involved in any personal spats. Personal spats are personal spats, and I do not get involved in them.
Bashing Bob's blindness, telling him that he'll never see his kids, and all this other kind of crap. It's like, what? No, I
some of the crap
behind any of that. I'm sorry. That would be that would have been like us all of a sudden befriending Dank when we were still friends. Never would have happened. In fact, we.
Well, I understand Night Owl.
For all the crap he said he did.
Yep.
And we made it very clear. We supported her openly.
And sadly, as much as I felt bad about what Nicolina was doing to River as well, River was a part of the group that was bashing us as well and making fun of Lori's autistic daughter when they were stalking her YouTube channel.
Oh, one got
it
pissed
just
off
sucks.
because I had the.
You control a YouTube channel, but how do you stalk it? Do I like put in a few letters and hide over here and put in a few more letters and then hit the search? Is that how you stalk a YouTube channel? Because usually we just watch a YouTube channel.
The video removed. Well, yeah, my daughter didn't need to be up on that screen, and especially when she doesn't even live with me. She has absolutely nothing to do with anything that happens out here. But because they didn't have anything else on me, no different than going and putting out my highly abusive husband.
Well, they were close enough. Both of them have herpes.
Full name. And saying that you're going to go talk to him about whatever to bring him back into our lives because his attempt to kill me the first time because it didn't work. You want him to do it successfully.
This is Bob and Lori, of Voices Behind the Shit. Yes, and I'm going to have content with them because they're the perpetual victims. Now, you see, this is where I'm going to make them entertaining because typically Veronica is upbeat. And as you know, these are the two ultimate Debbie Downers. So once again, the contrast between them will be funny because Verily, Veronica, I'm upbeat. And these are super victims. You know how we talk about super predators. These are super victims.
Wait a second.
If they fart, they've been victimized.
I'm very pissed about that. Nobody did it to you. I didn't do it to you. I think I got blood from work, but I didn't do it.
LaDawn, it's okay that you didn't know that. There's no judgment on you for that. There isn't. Yeah. It just is what it is out here. It is what it is out here.
And then Nicolina calling the 5150 on me, saying I couldn't get up.
Yeah, but Nicolina, I remember we were on StreamYard and you were calling.
You're lucky I don't dangle the sausage in a string in front of you and make you jump for it, Lori. Just saying.
Police because of her voicemail threats and then the officer.
It's the only sausage you could get either.
If you fallen and can't get up, we got a call saying that Lori fell and couldn't get up. The voicemails from Nicolina, all of the crap. It's like, no.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, this is recorded. This is their last bitching about me from 2 days ago.
Back to them. We're the bad ones. We're the evil ones. We're terrible because we speak our minds and say what we feel and what is the and all this other stuff. Okay.
I was saving for this to debunk for a
They don't
Lori
like us
Live,
because we tell the
but there
truth.
really wasn't much on
They know we
tonight.
tell the truth. We've caught them oodles of times in lies.
Oodles.
Oh yeah.
And they hate it because we keep pointing it out over and over and over again. Yes, it sucks when people clone you. Absolutely. I have no pity when you guys openly admit to cloning, to and showing your cloned accounts, all of them, and proud of it, and how I'm a troll. I'm a troll.
I'm a goat.
So you're proud.
I've started to go into Boy chats and pretend that I'm Carlos. Not on Carlos's account, on mine.
Of making people's lives miserable, basically, is what your claim to fame.
That is exactly it.
And now that's a good troll, isn't
you
it?
Want whatever because your lives suck.
But I only do that in the
You
Boy.
give shit about nobody but yourself.
That's it.
Like, I don't know. I've been sitting back watching this shit, and I'm like.
But I don't do it with a sock account. I do it with my main account because I want to see if anyone's smart enough to click on me. Usually they're not.
Chats, because we know the hate we have, and
Nope.
we have to thank Nicolina, Roger, Rap, Anna, Katie.
Oh, even Betty lying.
The evil Katie.
Yeah.
Lori, that's Mistress Katie to you.
Traitors amongst.
Traitors, yeah. All the ones that train wreck. All the ones that
Trainwreck,
all
yeah.
these lies.
Mm-hmm.
Used them all against us. Took a little bit of truth and mixed it with a whole lies. A fuckload of lies.
That's what they do.
Because our mods, this all goes back to the mods.
Yeah.
This all goes back to Alabama Truth Seeker. This all goes back to
DW, Shannon S. Yeah.
Jamie 76. Who else was there? Cheshire Cat.
Oh yeah, Cheshire Cat. Mm-hmm.
Because we trusted them. They were our mods. Like they were in our Discord. We talked to them when we talked in Discord. It was, we had no reason to not trust what they said. Little did we know it was all just to get us to tell them personal things about us so that they could spin what we've told them and then spread a whole boatload of lies. And now here we are, into bestiality, into necrophilia. The new one today, I gave Bob herpes.
Well, the herpes had to come from somewhere. I mean, herpes just don't pop out on two people at once. Somebody gave someone the herpes.
I hacked J is for Justice.
You what?
I hacked J is for Justice.
Oh, you hacked J is for Justice?
No, let me make sure to specify before they clip this out, like old people like Graz, how they clip crap out and they take it out of context. That was a rumor that was spread by people such as that. No, I did not hack anybody because I believe in ethical hacking. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here saying, hey, I got a new book today. It's called How to Hack Like a Ghost.
I believe in ethical bank robbing. I believe in ethical assault and battery. I believe in ethical whatever it is that gets me through the day to where I can say that I'm a good human being and that I didn't do something completely fucking sketchy.
Sorry. I don't believe in that bullshit. I believe in doing things.
They take a little bit of the truth and mix it with a little.
That's exactly what they do, LaDon. Exactly.
That's why we spoke up in Karma's chat the other night, was because we're like, wait a second, hold on, no. I mean, I can only speak on what we know, and what we know is truth. And that's why I spoke up and said what I said about that phone call, was because, no, wait a second, you said it in the phone call. I remember you saying it to Betty. So that did actually happen. That was truth.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you that it's truth because I know what it's like to be on this end of it, where people are.
Well, Bob's love experience went down to Lori and a goat. The goat was Bob's first. The goat went, Bob. Bob. And when the goat did that, it was love at first sight between goat and young Bob. And but the goat didn't live forever. So, Bob lost his first love, and then he found Lori and got herpes.
Lying on you, and you feel like, holy crap, wait a second, back the boat. Wait, whoa. What have I done?
Really quick, Ladon, and I'm not saying this for any judgment, but if you talk with Karma, I'm just cautioning you guys, please be careful, Benny Keys.
Karma's in here too.
He will screw you over. We have those videos of when he was beating the crap out of a clown doll named Bob. He passed my address around to people. Phone number. I was getting tons of phone calls. I was getting literally pictures. Hey, Cisco. I was getting pictures. I still have them. I have them all collected in documents. Pictures of male genitalia saying, is this Lori? Someone holding their anus open. Crap like that. That was all from Benny Keys and his gang.
Well, if it wasn't against terms of service, I'd let you see my anus.
Please be careful.
But they have a channel for that.
I'm not trying to
it's
tell
called Fans Only.
Please
no.
be very cool.
Now, a truth story. Now, when I used to do Verily, Veronica before COVID, there was people that wanted me to start an OnlyFans as Verily Veronica. Not as Roger, but as Verily Veronica.
Cautious. He's another one that will screw people over big time.
And what's their phone number?
They're all disgusting.
It was shortly after Shannon S. shared my address to him that there were hundreds of dollars of charges that went out of bank account for games. And it's funny because I hardly play video games. I'll play 7 Days to Die with Lori once in a while. But since my computer
I bet.
that's kind of...
If I was with Lori, I would want to die within 7 days too.
Out of the question, but whatever. But now I don't have any proof that it was him. I'm going to state that. It's an allegation. Because this took place with my bank account shortly after Shannon S. passed my address to him. Now, he was buddies with Rap at that time.
Not the fact that his kid could see did it. It had to have been a Rap or someone else. He's got a 12-year-old kid that can see. And he had a breach in his security. And they bought video games. Yet it was somehow Rap involved. Now, once again, ladies, many of you have had a 12-year-old son. Now, if all of a sudden video games were bought, would you immediately say, Rap hacked me? Or would you say, get in here right now, you little bastard? Just saying. With what he was saying and how much it is, like I said, you may love the little tyke, but at that point, he's become the evil little bastard that you must smite. And you look bad over at your husband. After all you did is call him an evil little bastard. And then you blame the father for everything. Now, you can pawn it off and say, go deal with your son. But it's still coming out of your shopping money.
Too. And Rap talks about how he likes to hack. I wonder if
he went quiet. The internet seems to be on. I played this before and it went through. Do you think that they hid this on us?
even knows how to SSH into a
No, there it is. I guess they were having a glitch. You know how they are. I
It's a
wondered.
big drama circle. Yes, we're out here talking about it. We've been observing, watching.
No, they
But what
didn't.
they want-
It's right here. It
what
just,
they want
it
is they want for you
glitched.
to react because they have no original content of their own.
That wasn't them. There was a YouTube glitch, and apparently it spun for a few. So I thought at first they might have deleted it, but that was just a glitch.
So they take your reactions. Do you have that thing of AB? Because that sums it up.
Well, that's why I thought that, Pindar.
Oh yeah.
Check this out, guys. This is what it's all about right here. It's very well
They've
explained.
been victimized by me, the larger channel bully, just throwing heavies around everywhere I go. And I'm gonna between you and me, I just did it to wind them up because I knew they would go fucking live about it, and I would have even more funny content to come.
Hey, I have a sausage, and I am not afraid to use it. Just saying.
Would bring to you. That's really why I did it.
This is what people like Nicolina, people like Roger Brown,
Keep grabbing the sausage. Do you want to grab a sausage?
people like Rap. This is what they do. They have no originality. They have to restream someone else. Otherwise, you're just going to sit out there cussing like sailors and talking whatever.
Hey, now, has anyone heard me cuss like a sailor? Now, you've seen me act like a tramp. You have seen me play with my sausage. You have seen me fondle my sausage. You have seen me hug my sausage. Now, was there foul language anywhere other than what I'm about to say to this cat? See, this is why Verily Veronica normally does not have kitties.
A bunch of nonsense. This is what they do. They will come into the chats with their troll accounts. If your camera, they'll probably watch you to see if they get a reaction, even if you don't acknowledge them verbally. They get those reactions. Traders Amongst does the same kind of crap. A lot of them do. They'll get the reactions and they'll put it on channels for content. And if they get monetized, guess what they do, guys? They're making money. They are profiting off of the damage that they cause in your life because they continue to facilitate the circle of drama. And that is what it is all about. You know, Roger Brown sits there and I remember when he was making his video about Benny Keys and, oh, you come out here and I'll take you down, blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude.
Yeah, I will too. I mean, actually, if, Benny wants to, if someone wishes to pay me, I'll look like this and beat Benny's ass. Just saying. It's just I'll do it with long nails. I'll put the nice big long fake nails on. That way I've got claws. Rawr. So yes, I mean, I can smack someone looking just like this and call him a master. Matter of fact, I could even accuse Jimbo of touching my butt in Walmart. Now that would be funny. To go up and brush up against Jimbo and then accuse him of fondling me. Just like that. As I say, I can act. So, here we will have cunty content. Yes.
You're probably a wannabe warrior on World of Warcraft, for all I know. It's a
Do I look like I want to be warrior?
bunch of crap, and all that they want is reactions. They'll come up with these stories. We got caught in it too.
We want sausage.
I'm going to try to put something together as soon as I learn to use this video editing software that I've got on my laptop.
Two-handed sausage. I can grip my sausage
But they
with
will come up
both
these
hands.
stories. Again, little bit of truth, lot of
Just
lies.
like Jimbo.
So that you'll come on stream and try to explain how it didn't happen.
So that you'll show receipts, prove it.
Now, see, look at his fantasy. I'll do this, I'll do that. Hell no, I'll just come on live with and make up with my sausage and mocketh thou.
Y'all, you have nothing to prove. LaDon, Karma, if you're still out, you have nothing to prove. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. We've been through that bullshit. You don't have anything to prove to anybody. All that these are a bunch of first and second-hand grifters who use people's reactions to try to make money. Or they just do it because they like watching people suffer. That's called emotional sadism. And that's the way the game works out here. They'll send emails, you know.
I'm just picturing 300 now. They just want to make people suffer. Now, let's be emotional for a minute. Now, that was a cry for help. You see, Bob's hurting on the inside, everyone. Yes, that was a plea for help. That was an emotional cry for Bob. Yes, he's oppressed. He's feeling depressed. And I feel for Bob. In fact, I could love Bob. Not. Sorry, Bob. I mean, you just have to hold that fantasy just for that one instant. But I mean, you're lucky that Lori touches you. Just saying. And her herpes.
You'll think that you're down.
You know, I just thought maybe crack would make Bob happy. It used to make Lori happy. Now, I don't advise in doing drugs, but well, you know how they say doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is insanity? That's the only reason why that I think Bob should do drugs.
You know, you're down and out, and then some random email will come. We got an email with Roger Brown's address and everything from somebody.
It's amazing what people send you.
Now, you see, I was waiting for this. He thinks that's going to intimidate me. Oh, someone sent an email with my address. We can play Lizzie Borden. Yes, if anyone was to show up here right now, I would grab the axe and I would go do a Lizzie Borden impression. Now, I do have a lumberjack axe like Lizzie Borden did use to kill her family. Just saying. And it would be funny to see me chase around Bob and Lori. Now, I'd have to chase them slow because, you know, the fact that they waddle and they go really slow. So, you know, I'd have to be like a low-speed chase at them to make it fair. Because you know how Bob is worried about everything being fair.
They'll send these emails because they'll know that you're fine.
Now, how much do you want to bet they've not tried to swat me a dozen times and found out it really doesn't work here? Yes, I mean, now, you know they did. You know, as soon as they got it, they started calling the police. And it does not work that way here. This is the one advantage. Because you see, we're ahead of the times here. Because in the 1990s, every meth head swatted every other meth head that made them mad. And by the time the year 2000 came around, the police department said, unless it's a neighbor calling, we are not coming. And that's their policy. You know, unless you're calling from the address next door, they are not coming. Ever. Now, eventually the rest of the country will catch up to this. And they will do it the same way. But I cannot be swatted here. You cannot even call me in a pizza. Although right now, if someone could have called me in a pizza, I would gladly pay for the pizza. I am just saying. But they can't
You
even.
expect that you're going to go out and say, oh, well, I have this. Somebody just sent me this. You know, that's how Trainwreck showed Bullhorn Betty's location. Someone sent it to her. And it just continues to cause that circle of drama to just keep on rolling. And all it does is, and I have no doubt that these people are the ones in and of themselves sending the emails because they have so many freaking troll accounts. That's what they do.
I can tell you who sent the email. Shannon681. And Shannon681 got the address from my ex-girlfriend who is hiding out on a sock account lying about me all over YouTube. Now, the last big lie that came out that was hilarious was supposedly I killed the family dog. We never owned a dog. So my first reaction was, what was my dog's name? Because I would like to know if I had a dog that I supposedly had killed, I'd really like to know what the dog's name was. I never had a dog, never owned a dog. I'm good with dogs. I can train dogs. But I have never owned a dog. My dad hated to have animals. He wanted to travel. So when I was a teenager, we got a cat. And that cat lived until 2001. When that cat died, I lived here on my own for 5 years. So yes, my childhood pet didn't die until I had long moved out of the house. And once again, someone, no doubt my ex-girlfriend, was spreading the rumors saying that I killed the family dog when, of course, I have never had a dog, and I still wish to know what the fantasy dog's name was, because it would make a funny skit.
Trainwreck admitted to it.
Like I say, I get attacked all the time. Bob and Lori don't
They'll
see
send
it.
these emails out
And
to
you
people
see I
fired
don't
up,
care.
And they'll get the reactions. And they'll take the reactions and go back to the channel because, unfortunately, people love drama. Not everybody. People don't like living through it, but a lot of people like watching it. Hey, Sugar Pie, how's it going? A lot of people love watching it. It's addictive. But when you're the one that's actually living through it, it's hell. And these people are using your hell to bring a piece of heaven to themselves, either emotionally or financially or both. Cash apps for Invisible Island.
Now, hell. Now you see, we've hit something important here. Cash apps for Invisible Islands. Now, the fact is, on a couple of those islands, that did rake in enough money for the Mac Studio that Bob fantasizes about. Now, I don't know this exactly, but I think if you probably added up all of the island money together, I think it about equals what Bob wanted and didn't get.
They're using other people's pain for their pleasure. That is what it amounts to. And thus continues the cycle of drama and abuse.
But first they have to destroy your channel if you're monetized.
Yes, they do.
They have to go in there and destroy that so you have no income. And then gloat about it because the times that you do ask.
Now, he is on disability. He has an income. He gets assistance. But you heard just what Lori lied. This is your only income. I think if it was his only income, he would be quite svelte and not the giant blob Bob that Bob is.
For help because, you're in a pinch or whatever.
Blob!
They use it against you because you're not allowed to ask for money. Only they can. They can only ask for it, man. They're only allowed to. Only them. Nobody else can. Just them. I mean, they can do it with fake islands. By the way, LaDon Karma, and I believe Dank. You guys all three went to Clown Island last night, I suppose.
Yeah, people paid for that crap just like they paid for us to go to Pedo Island, I think it was, or not.
I don't even know what island I'm on anymore. I'm on some
I don't know either.
But they've made tons of money off of that.
Yes, they have.
Yet, with Roger Brown, even though financially he may not be in the best place either, considering he's asking for handouts and needing help. And what was that about his driving?
Oh yeah, I think he's
laws down there, like when you have seizures, because he apparently has seizures really bad, right? Because I know here, if you have seizures, like really bad seizures, you're not allowed to drive.
Roger Brown is exemplary.
I'm exemplary.
He gets people to feel sorry for him. They'll start stuff.
Okay, I had a channel with over 3,000 subscribers. I had over 500,000 views on that channel. I could have monetized it in the first 3 months, and I never did. Because then I would start putting out content just for money, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to not be biased. Now, once again, that the Cash App we're going to make is going to be for tips, and so I can afford internet because it keeps going up till I can't afford it.
I would not be surprised. And if she's legit to her word, good on her. But I wouldn't be surprised if Pendar takes the proceeds and keeps all of it herself.
There's no proceeds. I mean, it's just a wish list, and we're going to make me a Cash App. There is no money in Pendar's hands anywhere. So, I hate to, bust their bubble, but we just put things on wish list, and, which has been almost all food. You got me some clothes, you got some blankets, you got 2 kitty beds. Now, you guys got a beautiful scratching post, and Richella has now fell in love with it, and it's her possession. It is her favorite thing. And if she had any gratitude in her body, she would be greatly appreciative. But I am. And as you can see, she plays on it, and she absolutely wears herself out, which is a positive. But Bob is just salty because no one will buy the Blind Man a Mac Studio.
That's just my opinion. Just too much bullshit out here.
Okay, so please somebody explain this to me. How the hell did we go from Rap and Nicolina creating their channels, working for over a year through various platforms, to go after Ernie, and then something happens. They wake up one morning and go, oh, damn, I really like Ernie.
Right.
And then they become his buddy. Never mind the shit they put him through. Never mind the hell they put him through. Like that same with Betty Washam. I couldn't figure that out either. Never mind the troll accounts. Never mind all the other accounts that are out there bashing you. Weddy Betty, all this other crap. They're all out there. And you can turn around and be a friend and stick up for those people after they've completely annihilated you. That's what I didn't understand. My mind was blown. I was like, okay, I know what it's like to be dragged. Bob and I have been dragged so bad the last how many months? It's not even
Several
funny.
months.
The people that have been here like the whole time, they pretty much know about it all, but the ones that don't. But it's been bad. It's been really bad. And I would never befriend the enemy after what they've done. It's like, what in the hell? Don't say anything to them. Don't say anything about them. Don't talk about them. Don't even mention their names. In fact, they want money. They want this. They want that. We can't talk about that, people. They don't. They silence you. Just wait. We're going to catch a lot of shit for this live.
Oh yeah, you just wait. There's gonna be plenty of videos coming out.
Just watch your guys' feeds and stuff. You'll see the videos coming out. We'll probably direct
Community
you guys.
posts. Oh yeah.
We tend to put it out there. They want to be idiots. Well, we'll show you what idiots they'll be. And what are we saying other than the truth? Where have we lied? I mean,
I'm not even going to bother with that one. Where have they lied?
Unless I have missed it, I believe that Anna took down that fabricated email where we were supposedly extorting for $92. Remember that?
oh, we weren't even making $92 on membership.
we weren't even making $92 on memberships back then. Which is fine.
No, that was because of AB shit. We were doing good for a little bit, but then AB came along and then he screwed it up. And then we were like,
how can someone else screw up your gig? Only you can screw up your gig because you're not putting out content that people want to see. Now, sometimes, it is what it is, and it's not always what people exactly want to see. Verily, Veronica is not everyone's cup of tea, but we are just here for fun. That's the difference between the other channel. We're more serious there.
Raping that thing, trying to get out of the hole that he put us in, and then the mods did what they did.
Oh no, someone else put them in a hole. They must have dig a big hole. Wow.
The way I set this up,
someone put them in a hole? Could you imagine having to dig a hole to put Bob and Lori in? I really feel sorry for whoever.
I can still car anymore.
Was that which I really would like for you to share those screenshots here in a bit. And the reason I say that is because on Twitter, I did tag Team YouTube and YouTube creators, which let me see here. Oh yes, it is. It's an official tag, so I'm sure they'll enjoy being tagged in some stuff.
Well, you know what, Bob and Lori, we went 45 minutes into them. We're going to see if anything else is on, because they were about an hour more, but in reality, that was the better part. Because they like to cycle, and that's basically what you would hear. I think everyone is out doing Halloween stuff tonight. Because there is hardly, Ernie has not been on, or Jimbo. Can you think of a night that there was no Ernie or no Jimbo? Or none of the other of cast of the Locals? There's not even a Mama T. It's like the night before Christmas on the internet. It really is. I thought, well, by now there's got to be something else, but it's 12:30 and no one else came on. Not even a dank came on. Now, I'm going to look at, you know what? I think I'm going to cover Team Rose here. Yes. It's not going to be interesting content, but it's going to be catty. Because you know how catty she is. So yes, I think that I will cover Team Rose. Now, she won't be constant. She'll just be a rare something. But since I do, to keep terms of service, have to cover several people, yes, I think that I'll throw in a few bids on her. Okay, now to her lives. Okay, all of her lives from before 4 days ago are gone. So I think there was only one, so it was probably that live that got struck. Remember, I had mentioned something, I don't remember if it was this live or my last one on the other channel, that she was showing some conspiracy theory shit that I said I would expect to get struck, that YouTube wouldn't like that. Well, evidently that is what got her struck. Since there was nothing to do right now, I thought I would stop by her channel and trying to figure out what got her struck. And yeah, it was the conspiracy theory stuff that she was spewing that got her struck. Like I say, I'm flipping through other Music Biz Lardy was live, but he just talks about Cyrax, and what I saw on the screen didn't look interesting. Now, it's funny. I thought about doing this tomorrow. I did. I thought about doing this tomorrow. But I thought, surely there would be someone on. Now, I do promise you I will do another live soon. Because you see, I had the stuff together to play Veronica for a little decent bit of a time. And COVID happened. And I basically mothballed the character. But that means that makeup that I had gathered together 2 years ago to play Verily Veronica, I can use that now. So you will have another Verily Veronica live soon. And we're going to go in here in just a minute. And I'm going to get this makeup off. Well, actually, single dad, I'm better than anything that a single daddy has ever had. Like I say, Veronica likes to taunt stupid people. And the best way to taunt people is to look beautiful. So I will be taunting Lori, since I do look better. And I'm going to be taunting Thelma. And after I get off here, I am going to smoke a bowl. I'm going to touch up my makeup before I take it off. And then I'm going to film 2 or 3 videos. And then I'm going to upload one each few days on this channel. And that's kind of why I'm going to go right now at 12:33. Because like I say, I'm going to smoke a bowl. I'm going to shoot 3 videos. And as soon as I'm done with the Thelma video, I will post it. So in right around an hour, I will be posting a video on this channel. And I will talk about Thelma and her entrepreneurial skills. And then, of course, I will shoot a couple others for later upload. Now, everyone, thank you for coming to the revived Verily Veronica channel. And you will be getting weekly to bi-weekly content. I just kind of like bi-weekly because it just sounds naughty. Now, everyone, thank you for coming, and I will see you very soon.